Good morning, everybody. I'm Court, and my company is called Cause Effects. We've been working with DM Auction Services now for about a year. And my company, I started it 20 years ago almost, just with the idea that we could enhance your auction by providing consignment, memorabilia, autographs, specifically. We've been doing this now and raised more than $3 million for our nonprofit clients, worked with more than 200 nonprofit organizations over that time. And I always tell people, like, they always ask me, do you have a retail store? And I say, no, I don't have a retail store. I said, I'm entirely built on the idea of using memorabilia as a fundraising vehicle rather than just trying to sell memorabilia. So if you can move to the next slide. So what really sort of sets us apart is our services. The first piece of it is it's no risk. So if nothing sells, nothing is owed. We do all the descriptions and all the photos, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And for those of you who use Qtego, we actually do the spreadsheet, give it directly to Kayla, so you don't even have to touch it. All of our descriptions include the authenticity information as well. The other great part is we deliver and set up our own items, so that way you don't have to worry about it. You just have to have a space ready for us. We bring our own easels. And then during the event, we're there to answer any questions. Why is this item this cost this much? What's the authenticity about? What does this look like? How did you do the framing? Did you get to meet this guy? All sorts of questions. But we basically are there to help make sure that that the value of the item is enhanced. And then after the auction, what we'll do is we'll break everything down. So we'll get everything ready that's sold first, because we'll know that from your online system, or we'll know it from the paper bids if you still are doing that, which is okay. And then we'll get everything wrapped up and ready to go for that. And then anything that doesn't sell, we'll take down as well. And then that way you don't have to worry about it at all. So again, so there are other people, there are companies that will send you the items and you got to pack them up and you got to return them. We don't mess around with that. We are there to get it done for you. So it makes it a lot easier. And then the key point, to kind of go back to the last key point, every dollar raised above consignment goes to your organization. We don't do any of that profit sharing stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And you can kind of see on a couple pictures of some setups that we did. We did one at Bentry Country Club. And then we did one at the Frontiers of Flight Museum, so you can see all the cool airplanes in the background. And Kayla can go to the next slide, please. So this is the other key part. Like, to me, when I got into this business, what I was doing was I was going to these charity events and I was buying all sorts of cool stuff. Well, I wasn't being as picky as I normally would have been about memorabilia. What does that mean? Well, I was thinking, okay, well, this is at a charity event, so it has to be authentic, right? That God, I know where it came from. When I started asking questions, I started realizing that that wasn't always the case. And so for us, it's really critical moving forward that in the market that we make sure that every item has some sort of authenticity that we can stand behind. And so in this case, what we do is all of our items will include a hologram or a certificate of authenticity. Many of the authenticators are now going away from actually having a paper certificate, and they're going specifically to holograms. But we keep in touch with that, and we are aware of that. Most of our items will have third-party verification from the big three authenticators: PSA, DNA, JSA, and Beckett. And then the other places that we will get memorabilia from have their own exclusive athlete holograms. Companies like Upper Deck, Fanatics, TriStar, and GTSM. Those are companies that are actually have these autograph signings with the athletes or the celebrities, and so we know exactly where they came from and who, and probably when they were actually signed as well. So you can go to the next slide, please, Kayla. So what does that mean? So now we get to the cool part. What are some of the items, right? So the first thing that I love to do is I like to get to know a little bit about your group. So it gives me an idea of customizing for the demographic, right? So if we're doing a school auction, we'll probably have some younger folks that are there and they might want to buy something for a younger kid, or they might want to buy something for a young adult, or they might want to just be buying something from their favorite sports period time. So maybe they're a classic 90s Cowboys family. And so, doing something like Emmett and Troy and Michael is a great option. Or maybe they grew up in the 70s and they love the Roger Staubach and Tony Dorsett and Drew Pearson. So we'll work with you on that to really get a good idea of what items we should bring. This also includes pricing too. But one of the cool things we can do all music genres. So country music, rock, classic rock, all sorts of cool stuff. And then like Taylor Swift and stuff like that too. We can do movies, TV. You'll see on the side, you'll see Tombstone signed, replica shotgun that's signed by Val Kilmer. We actually got those done a couple of years ago, and they've been really popular, Val Kilmer specifically. All professional college sports teams. So you'll see on the left-hand side, you'll also see the Luka Doncic jersey. And then you also see a photo of Jordan Spieth and Ben Crenshaw, who are both UT guys, but also Masters winners. And so we kind of catch people on both sides of things. And then we also are now getting really heavy into military. We're finding those are really important pieces of it as well. A lot of times we have veterans in the audience, and that really hits a spark. Kayla? In any case, that's all from me, and I'm going to hand it off to Candice. But basically, just know that our focus is to have the most authentic memorabilia there, to have the best prices that are really designed to help you raise money. Thank you.